First they were fools enough to call assembly at sundown, unheard of hour. The Achaean soldiers turned out, soaked with wine, to hear talk about it from their commanders. Menelaus harangued them to get organized. Time to ride home on the sea's broad back, he said. But Agamemnon wouldn't hear of it. He wanted to hold the troops, make sacrifice, a hecatomb, something to pacify Athena's rage. Folly again, to think that he could move her. Will you change the will of the everlasting gods in a night or a day's time? The two men stood there hammering at each other until the army got to its feet with a roar and no decision, wanting it both ways. That night no one slept well, everyone cursing someone else. Here was the bane from Zeus. At dawn we dragged our ships to the lordly water, stowed aboard all our plunder, and the slave women in their low hip girdles. But half the army elected to stay behind with Agamemnon as their corps commander. The other half embarked and pulled away. We made good time, the huge sea smoothed before us, and held our rights when we reached Tenedos, being wild for home. But Zeus, not willing yet, now cruelly set us at odds a second time, and one lot turned, put back in the rolling ships, under command of the subtle captain Odysseus. Their notion was to please Lord Agamemnon, not I. I fled with every ship I had. I knew fate had some devilment brewing there. Diomedes roused his company and fled too, and later Menelaus, the red-haired captain, caught up with us at Lesbos. While we mulled over the long sea route, unsure whether to lay our course northward of Chios, keeping the Isle of Syria off to port, or inside Chios, coasting by windy Mimas. We asked for a sign from heaven, and the sign came to cut across the open sea to Euboea, and lose no time putting our ills behind us. The wind freshened astern, and the ships ran before the wind on paths of the deep sea fish, making Geristos before dawn. We thanked Poseidon with many a charred thigh bone for that crossing. On the fourth day, Diomedes' company, under full sail, put in at Argos port, and I held on for Pylos. The fair wind, once heaven set it blowing, never failed. So this, dear child, was how I came from Troy and saw no more of the others, lost or saved. But you are welcome to all I've heard since then at home. I have no reason to keep it from you. The Myrmidons, spear fighters, returned, they say, under the son of lion-hearted Achilles, and so did Poeas' great son Philoctetes. Idomeneus brought his company back to Crete. The sea took not a man from him, of all who lived through the long war. And even as far away as Ithaca you've heard of Agamemnon, how he came home, how Aegisthus waited to destroy him, but paid a bitter price for it in the end. That is a good thing now, for a man to leave a son behind him, like the son who punished Aegisthus for the murder of his great father. You too are tall and well set up, I see. Be brave, you too, so men in times to come will speak well of you.